Welcome. My name is Rebecca Michael, and I am with...
Daniel Ratcliff.
We are here to introduce our new podcast for the Independence Center. And I wanted to kind of just start off the conversation about why we decided to do this podcast. It came to me originally back in August of 2018, and how we can engage our community, individuals with disabilities, by talking with individuals who have disabilities on how they live independently and they overcome challenges to be independent and make great things happen.
Definitely. Also, to give them the opportunity to hear individuals they can relate to, and especially with information being consumed in so many various ways, why not add a new platform or take advantage of the newer platforms that are available?
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, it's definitely a need in our community.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So when we started down this road, we had to find a place that was going to be accessible for individuals with disabilities. Yes. Not only individuals who have low vision or are blind or are deaf, but individuals that also have physical disabilities. Yeah. So they have assistive devices that need to be accounted for. And so we found this location. It's Studio 916.
916.
At the Sand Creek Library here in Colorado Springs, part of the Pikes Peak Library District. Yes. And they have this great studio that allows persons with disabilities complete access to be able to participate not only in a podcast, but we're literally sitting in a studio full of instruments.
Yeah, microphones, instruments, drums. It's beautiful in here.
Yes. So we are so grateful for our partners, and we want to give a shout out to our engineer, Keegan, who is hopefully not cutting us off, or we'll cut this out when this goes to publish. So I will be listening and making sure, Keegan.
Can he see us?
Yeah, of course he can see us.
Cool. Well, I can't see him.
So that's actually a very good segue. So let's talk about who we are.
Yeah,
I'll start with you, Daniel.
Oh, no. I'm interviewing you.
No, we'll start with you first. My idea, you first.
All right, cool.
So tell us about yourself, Daniel, and let's talk about the fact that you can't see Keegan as well.
All right, let's do it. So my name is Daniel Ratcliff. I am the benefits coordinator at the Independence Center, no relation to Harry Potter.
Oh, come on.
Well, I wish.
Really? Okay.
I wish. So I am an individual that is legally blind. I live with Stargardt's, which is a form of macular degeneration. So I have no central vision, but pretty good peripheral vision. So I'm able to get by. For many, many years growing up, I had no idea of where the community of individuals that were like me. I had no clue where they were. I had no access. And through the years, I made it my duty to find, I guess you could say, where I belong, right? And through that, I found the Independence Center. All the way from the East Coast, I found the Independence Center here in Colorado.
Very cool.
You want me to give you this?
Of course.
The background story? I'll try to make it quick.
Okay.
So I was searching for resources. I had been working for the federal government for a while, and I was searching for resources for a friend that was planning to move out here. Had never heard of Colorado Springs in my life, never. And just so happened to call the Independence Center searching for resources. Like that very conversation led to the front desk individual at the time telling me, hey, this gentleman just put his 2 weeks notice in. You sound like you're very knowledgeable, Daniel. I want to connect you with that department because they're going to be looking for someone.
Very cool.
Yes. I flew out here for the first interview. I did not get the job, but I was promised that I would get a call back because there was a better fit for me, which people hear that and you're like, yeah, whatever. You'll call me back. All right, I just didn't get the job.
Yeah, shenanigans.
Right.
I'm calling shenanigans on that.
3 months later, I got a call from Chris Gardner. Hey, Daniel, are you still interested? Yes, I'm still interested. All right, so apply for this new position. And I applied for the new position. I interviewed for the new position over the phone this time and got the job. And my son and I moved out from Northern Virginia to Colorado Springs, and the rest is history.
That's amazing.
Yes. It's been awesome. You want to talk about a sense of community? The Independence Center is the place. That is the place. So that's my story.
And you're sticking to it,
and
right?
I'm sticking to it. Right. And so now let's turn the tables.
Okay.
All right, Becca. So tell me about yourself.
Okay. Well, I am was born and raised in Colorado Springs, so I am one of those very rare natives. If you interact with one of the natives, make sure you take a picture of us because we're very rare. And I was born with both eyes, but at 13 months old, my mom noticed that my right eye, when they took pictures, had a really weird reflection in it. So not like red eye, which you generally see in pictures. This was more, the way that she described it was like a cat's eye reflecting back.
Oh, wow.
And so she took me to an eye doctor, and they immediately sent me to an oncologist because they believed that I had a tumor in my eye.
Okay.
So the oncologist confirmed that I had retinoblastoma at 13 months old.
Could you repeat that?
Retinoblastoma.
Okay.
Don't ask me to spell it.
All right.
My mom can spell it like the back of her hand. And so they did a lot of studies after they removed my eye and found out that the cancer was genetic. However, there is not one person in my family that has this cancer.
Same with my visual impairment.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
We are unique.
Very much so.
So my eye was removed at 18 months old, and I have lived my entire life with one eye. And I can't imagine individuals with two eyes and how they function. It's amazing to me. I kind of like playing with people who see out of two eyes when they try to focus on my one eye and they get cross-eyed. It's hilarious.
You know what's really hilarious? I have no idea what that even looks like.
Really? Oh, it's great. It's good. It's good stuff. And then, it's so uncomfortable when you go cross-eyed. Apparently, that's what I'm told. And so they're already trying to focus on one eye, and then they get cross-eyed, and then they're already uncomfortable, and I have just gotten a laugh. So.
Before we stop, I need you to share your eye story from school. I need that in my life for this podcast.
You can have it in the podcast for disability awareness.
Okay, all right, we'll say
You have to come back and
Okay.
listen to that one, everyone, because that one's priceless. It truly is. Let's see. I'm sure I have other eye stories for you. So I do have one from my mother. She loves this story.
Okay.
So when I was about 2 years old, and I had just received my first eye. And as a 2-year-old, you're like, why is this in my head? It's uncomfortable. You're still trying to get used to it. And I don't remember this because, of course, I was 2. But she told me that she brought me to church nursery, and all was fine. I had my eye in my head. And about an hour later, she came to pick me up, and there was no eye to be found. And she was like,
I'm not laughing at you.
No, you're fine.
I'm laughing with you.
She was like, I don't know. Was no one watching? That eyeball is expensive.
Right?
So where is it? And so it took him about an hour to realize that I had put it in my diaper. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? I was like, well, I wonder if I either put it in my diaper or it just fell in the diaper, or I ate the eye and it processed through. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know how that happened.
Have you ever eaten your prosthetic eye?
Never. I have, however, spit it out.
How did it get into your mouth?
I took it out and put it in my mouth.
Oh, hey.
And then I would spit it out in front of people that my parents were trying to have a conversation with. So, yeah, eyeballs are fun. They truly are.
Oh, my gosh. For so long, I had no idea that you even had a prosthetic eye. And I was just like, oh, really? You're legally blind too? I didn't know. I had no clue.
Yeah.
It's
and
crazy.
the unique thing is I'm not legally blind.
Correct.
Because the eye that I do have, I don't need any corrective lenses for.
Awesome.
And there is also a very interesting DMV story that you'll have to listen to at a later podcast.
Yes.
That talks about my interaction with the DMV and how they need to learn more about disability awareness training.
Yes, disability etiquette for all.
Exactly.
Yes.
So my very long, drawn-out story to get to the IC was I decided after running grocery stores for about 10 years that I wanted to go into social work. Got through my social work curriculum and classes, graduated, ran the Department for Food Assistance and Medicaid here in El Paso County for about 3 years.
Okay.
And was looking for something different. And one of my colleagues had actually sent me the job posting for the advocacy manager at the Independent Center. And she told me that I would be perfect for the position. I like to fight, apparently.
Advocate. Let's call it advocating.
Exactly. I was going to say I like to advocate and I like to, break down barriers. She calls it fighting, but when you have to bring people to your side of the aisle, I mean, come on. It may take a little fighting.
It might be a little bit of a fight.
Exactly, but I'm up for it. So they sent me the job, and I interviewed and found a home here. So, and we discovered that in order to advocate and teach and educate consumers, we had to find different ways to do it. So that's why we're here at the podcast.
Yes, that's why we are here. And let me tell you, from myself and I'm sure all of our coworkers, thank you so much for this opportunity to get information out to our community and to communities that may not be familiar with interacting with individuals that have disabilities.
Oh, you bet. It's been a great journey, and finding not only individuals within the ISD that are excited about this project, you specifically, finding a partner that can not only find ways to ask really good questions that pull out information so that we can make sure our consumers have that information, but also enjoy doing this. Because sometimes it can be a little intimidating to sit in front of a microphone and be asked rapid fire questions.
Right. And it's like you're under the hot seat. Like you're sitting in the hot seat.
Right. And we don't really prep the people that come behind the microphones with us.
We keep it natural.
Yes, we do.
Keep it organic. Yeah. We always say it's a conversation with friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you would like to like and follow our podcast, please do so. Please also give us some comments as you listen to our podcast, because we only want to make this better for our consumers and the community that will listen to it. Yeah. So let's talk about just a few subjects that we are going to cover.
Let's do it.
So we are going to talk about disability awareness.
Yes. And
humorous stories of how we interact with the community and how sometimes the community doesn't quite know how to deal with us.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why we're here to fight. Advocate.
Exactly.
Right.
We are going to talk about our Veteran in Charge program.
Yes.
And the access that is provided through that program for our veterans.
Yes.
Which is actually a perfect program for the community that we are here and we live in.
We have a large veteran presence here in Colorado Springs.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so it's necessary to get those supports out to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we are going to talk about some of the programs that we have at the Independent Center, so like youth transitions.
Yes.
And skills classes.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
as well as peer support.
Exactly, peer support. And then also how to prepare for an emergency.
Yes. That was an awesome podcast that we did on emergency prep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look forward to that one. And then we're also going to talk about what the perspective of an employer is when you employ a person with a disability, and some pointers that they can provide, how to prep for your interview, and then also how to have that vital conversation with your employer about the accommodations that you need in order to be successful. So this is such a great opportunity.
It is. It truly is. And I'm sure that a lot of people will be affected.
Yeah, I agree. You keep telling me that, but...
No,
I agree, but yes.
You realize after the very first time that we did a podcast that this is bigger than what we thought it would be.
Yeah.
Right?
We've had quite the response just by talking about it. So we are going to launch in April of 2019. And you're all welcome to join us as we launch this great experience for our consumers.
We should throw a launch party.
Oh, we should. Actually, we are.
Let's do it.
Yes. So our launch party will be from 3 to 4:30 on Friday, April 19th at the Independent Center. All are welcome. And we are going to play our very first episode, which is disability awareness.
Yes.
Yes. You're welcome to visit our website.
One question.
Yes.
Before you give them the website.
Okay.
will there be food?
Of course, there's always food.
Yes.
I don't throw a party without food.
So if you come, you can get some food. If you don't come, I get all the food. Right?
Oh, sure.
All right. Yes.
Sure. Because I don't want to take it home because I'm pretty sure that we've already have a number of desserts planned. I was thinking about barbecue, but that could be really messy.
You should let me grill.
Oh, we should let you grill.
Yeah, blindfolded.
Okay. Hey, you can make it happen. That's like asking for you to drive me around.
It could happen.
It really is.
It just might turn out really bad.
But that would, between the two of us, we would have a full set of eyes.
We would have more than a full set.
Yeah. We could make that happen. Yeah.
All right, so let's give them the information of where they can find out when the podcast rollout is happening and the time and date.
Sure. So we already have this information out on our Facebook page. So you're welcome to go to the Independent Center's Facebook page, and you can actually let us know if you're going to be attending via that page, or you can email me directly at rmichael@theindependencenter.org.
Or email myself at dratcliffe@theindependencenter.org.
Or you can call our main line, 719-471-8181, and then just ask to be transferred to the one of us, and we will get you on our list. We are also going to invite our partners here at the Pikes Peak Library District to join us.
Yeah.
So you can actually put a face to the name of our engineer, Keegan.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, do you think that we should go ahead and wrap this up and get into our next podcast, our next episode?
Definitely.
Let's do it. What our next episode? What does that look like?
That looks like we're going to have an employer come in and talk to us.
Yes.
And we also have a consumer.
Yes. I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for listening. I am Daniel Ratcliff.
And I'm Rebecca Michael.
Peace.
Oh.